Hi, chess friends, welcome back. So, just wanted to show you, well, you know the YouTube page, obviously, because you're here, but watch this stuff. Watch the videos that Russ puts out. Awesome. He gives out a lot of the plans that are coming out. A lot of stuff happening. Even I go to these sites to learning what's happening because so much is happening every day. So subscribe to the channel, see who's up here. Now there's playlists. Um, Player awesome. We talked about this other than the other one. You can get you can watch the interviews with kids that have been interviewed that are have a lot of experience playing chess. Here's Tabitha Peterson. I've seen her at the City Championships. This is Andrew Plaze. He's a great guy, great player. August Godby is here. Victoria Vulik. Oh, that must be, is that Peter's sister? I wonder. Um, Abel Dawson Flores. Don't know her. Don't know him. But Emma Fu, of course. She's always playing all the time. And here, Coach West is doing the interview. Coach West is doing the interview. Layla does the interview here. It's very cool, very fun, and you can actually get interviewed yourself. Then if you go down, there's beginner lessons. They're all in the categories. Um, Intermediate lessons and advanced lessons. So and now by category. Watch the opening ones. I promise to do a couple, maybe opening for beginner London system, opening for beginner Scandinavian, and maybe even just a couple games in the London that are exciting. Maybe after these puzzles, I'll work on a couple beginner London openings. And then they will be homework for my students. Okay, so okay, let's get and below that you get to pick the coaches. Coach Logan, Coach Malcolm, Coach Matthew, Coach Nathan W. Mua, that's me. Coach Vicky. Oh, cool. She has 2 videos. Beginner back rank checkmate. Great. That's awesome. Nathan, Coach G. Then the team meetings. Now here at the bottom, you can rewatch the live coach with Shankland. That is worth it to watch that. Sam Shankland, and he's on once a week, I believe on Wednesdays. He's on the live doing a game analysis. That is amazing to watch because that is super grandmaster. That's somebody who's gotten over 2,700. Wow, you can watch him analyze your games. I mean, that's kind of like Magnus Carlsen. That's kind of like Bobby Fischer analyzing your games. I mean, it's great. it'd be it'd be a shame to miss that, and to also not get your games analyzed. Okay, I think we did this one. Let's go next. These again are puzzles to warm up for tournaments, increase eye vision, see what's going on, play best moves. Okay, best move for black here. This is a mix. It's a test. It could be checkmate. It could be double attack. It could be profitable exchange. It could be twofold attack. It could be defending against checkmate. It could be defending your material. I don't know what it is. It's a mix. Just like your games. Who knows what it's going to be? Okay, if you saw the great move, Bishop takes c7, you are correct. Bishop's worth 3 points. The rook is worth 5. Capture, capture. We made a profit. How much? You must find the difference. That means subtraction. You take 5 points. Now here's where it gets hard. White takes 3, leaving you with 2. Always subtract. Know how many points you're up. Then you have 5 and 3, 8, 10, 14 versus 6, 3 and 3 plus 4, 10, 12. You're going to win this game. You still have to play well. You still have to be careful. These pieces are going to come up and they're going to fight, but you're up 2 points. That's definitely enough to win. So, white to move. What do we play here? Remember, it's a mix. It could be capturing free pieces. It could be profitable exchange. It could be twofold attack, checkmate. What do we do? What do we do? Well, let's look at our pieces. We have very active rook, looking at 4 squares over to the enemy's camp. Also, 2 of the squares are right around the king. And I'm going to do another lesson on this. The king is always a target, so this is very good. Even if you're on the side of the board and your pieces are attacking pieces around the side of the board, but the king's there, then those are active pieces. The bishop's also active. You'll sometimes put your bishop on b2. It's called fianchetto bishop. This is kind of like in a lot of modern openings. So attacking a square right around the king. You have a pawn here. All these 3 pieces are going to communicate together. Communicating together. If you saw them, oops. If you saw the move, now let's look at bishop a3. Actually, that was a mistake I made. Is this checkmate? It's a great move. It's a move to check. I mean, it's not a great move. It's a safe move rather. It's a check, but you're letting black wiggle out and kind of get out of the way and kind of defend. Okay, so let's go back. Maybe we find a better move. If you saw the move bishop to g7, job. The bishop checks the king. Here, the king cannot capture because of the pawn on h6, and the rook here. The rook has a very strong job here. If the rook wasn't here, this would not be checkmate. This is checkmate because the rook guards. Bishop checks, rook guards, assist mate, game over. Okay, black to move. What do we do? What do we do? You have a pretty active position because your pieces, again, are aiming at a lot of squares in the enemy's camp right around the king. It's getting dangerous. Whenever you are where you are limiting the escape squares for the king and almost completely limited, you got to look for checkmates. Easiest way to find checkmates is to start looking for escape squares. Right now, the king has 1, 2 escape squares. These 2 squares are guarded by the king, and this square has harmful material on it. So right now, there's 2 escape squares. So the job is for you to go in there, safely check the king, and also guard those escape squares. How do we do it? There's several checks here. Can you check the king and also guard g1 and e2? Well, if we were looking at a check like queen to h1, great check, we're definitely on our way, but we let the king slip out on e2. We weren't successful and tried to trap that king. How do you trap that fox? Like we're a scientist, we want to study the fox and then let it go safely, right? How do we trap a fox? It's hard for a scientist to trap a fox. They care about the foxes, they want to follow how they are, but those foxes are slippery. The king is slippery. To catch it, you have to take away its escape squares. Trap it, right? Get it trapped. Make sure it cannot run away. That's how you get it. Well, it turns out the queen is a very good move here. Queen to e1. It's a supported mate. The queen's supported by the bishop. And the queen guards e2 directly and guards g1 as well because the queen is a line controlling piece. It controls the entire line. This is checkmate. Also, a bit of harmful material. If the pawn was not on g2, this would not be mate. Okay, let's look at it. Black pieces, very strong position for black. I mean, but white's position's pretty active too. But the reason black has a more active position is his pieces are working together, communicating together in a more harmonious way. Love to be on the same diagonal. They work really well. They're both line controlling pieces. They can control the whole diagonal together. Just like the queen can work well with the, oops, sorry about that. The queen can work well with the rook. It works well with any piece, but really, if they're on the same diagonal, very strong. Here, we're trying to checkmate the king. The king right now has 3 escape squares. Whoa. Can you check the king and also guard those 3 squares? Well, this one's not so hard. Queen takes b2, supported by the bishop. They're communicating. They're active. They're active in an attack. This is a very active position. And this is checkmate. Supported mate. Okay, this is, let's see here. White to move. Oh, black to move, sorry. Black to move, let me flip the board. Black to move. Okay, we are in attack. We are being attacked. We must defend correctly. What do we do here? How do we get out of attack? We can't run away. Look, we have kind of a ladder mate here, right? 2 rooks, 2 rooks. Lots of ways to defend this check, but only one safe way. One way that makes sense. King cannot run here. There's lots of ways to interpose. There's lots of useless ways, and there's one useful way. How do we usefully interpose? It's blocking. Interpose means blocking against this rook. Rook checks king. Okay, well, we have bishop to a3. We have queen to a6. We have rook to a6. Which is safe move? Well, it turns out bishop to a, you don't want to give away interpose for free. Remember, when you interpose, your piece must be protected. When you block, interpose and block, same thing. Piece must be protected. You don't want to use your queen because it's worth more. It's worth 9 points, so you choose to use the rook. This is fine to give away if they want to trade, even if the material was even. It may be, but 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think black's up a pawn here, but even if that's all you need to do. Safe checkmate, right? Okay, guys, since we have a couple more minutes, let's do 1 or 2. And I encourage you to set up positions on your board. Even on ChessKid, I think they have a analysis board. You can open up a board. You can move pieces around, set up the corner. See if you can mate with a queen and another piece. Like this. This is great checkmate. Queen is guarding the 2 squares, and the knight's doing the checking. This is assisted mate, when one piece guards and one piece checks, as opposed to a supported mate, where the queen's doing the checking and the knight just is protecting the queen. This is a support mate. Assisted mates happen a lot more often. Most of the checkmates you see will be assisted. That's when one piece guards, like here, the queen is not checking the king, it's just guarding the king, taking away escape squares, and the other piece is chasing, right? And it can be opposite too. And here